Captain's Log Supplemental. Sorry, Miss Weathersby. Captain's Log Supplemental. We're on our last day through the SP00PY nebula on the Romulan neutral zone. This nebula has a weird energy reading, which sorry. Look, basically every crew member's worst fears are manifested, and it's been a rough couple of days. Fortunately, we should be out in the next 12 or 16 hours. For me, it was a librarian that I had in third grade. There's been no end of clowns and spiders and things in the corridors. For some reason, Kowalski seems to have the strangest of them. It's a possum vomiting rainbows on roller skates. I almost tripped over the damn thing twice. Anyways, hopefully we'll be out of here soon, and I got to get that man some psych evals.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Captain's Log Supplemental. My name is Rob, and I am joined by my two friends and co-hosts, Stanford.
I feel like I'm in deja vu right now.
I don't know why you would feel that way, and Chris.
Yep. Hey everybody. It's almost like we just did this, but we messed it up and now we're redoing it.
What's this shit?
No, this is a group effort. We all screwed up.
I didn't do anything.
Captain's Log Supplemental is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. Each week we cover another episode of Star Trek, marching ahead in chronological order by star date. As a fledgling podcast, we'd appreciate you taking the time to rate and review the podcast on your supplier of choice. Those ratings go a long way to help us reach out to other Star Trek fans.
And tell your friends.
Yeah.
Like word of mouth
is awesome.
Is really good.
So, speaking of really good, this week's episode was Shockwave Part 1.
I'm not sure I agree with that transition.
I mean, as far as season 1 Enterprise go, it was one of the better ones, I think.
Man, I don't know that I agree with that, man. Like, the first half of this episode is just Archer navel gazing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of there's a lot to be said for the shitty Star Trek season finale cliffhanger that is definitely a tradition that is upheld in this episode.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Yep. So, this week's episode starts off with Archer talking to T'Pol and Trip about making a stop at Paragon. I think that's how you pronounce that. I can't remember. Paragon. Yes, that's it. Which T'Pol informs us is a matriarchal society. So naturally Trip has to start making some jokes about being careful about being too flirtatious.
I don't know why, it's a matriarchy. Gasp! Jesus Christ.
That is a solid one episode per Star Trek series motif, by the way.
I don't think Voyager ever did a matriarchy one. I know TNG did, because it's the one where Riker gets in that slip.
Yeah, he does. Sexy Riker.
I did like Archer's little quote here from his dad. We're making history with every light year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, but not really though. Like a lot of the light years, they're not really doing anything. So.
Yeah, no. They're like dozens of light year from home, and they've made history twice.
Yep.
Yeah, but then as proof of how spectacularly bad they are at their job, they blow up the whole fucking planet. Right
Spoilers.
After saying it wouldn't be polite to ignite their atmosphere. That immediately happens.
Yep. We've got Malcolm joining the three of them for a shuttle trip down to the surface, and despite Reed's precautions, the shuttle's plasma allegedly ignites tetrazine in the planet's atmosphere and kicks off a catastrophic scorching of the entire planet's surface.
Allegedly.
And then we cut to some very appropriate Faith of the Heart.
That was an abrupt shift.
Yeah,
it really was, man.
It's like, oh God, we blew up the whole planet. It's been a long time.
It was just, that was some like serious whiplash. So we cut back in with the crew debating the origins of the crisis.
This was a
Medbay.
tense scene.
It really was. Hoshi informs Archer that there are no survivors among the 3,600 settlers, and that even the buildings were burned off of the surface. This was a potent explosion, man.
There was a point where Archer's like, I gotta go talk to Admiral Forrester. This is not gonna be fun. Like, motherfucker, you just killed 3,600 people. Like, this is not gonna be fun. What kind of quippy bullshit is that?
Yeah, so T'Pol and Reed insist that the plasma ducts on the shuttle were indeed closed early, and as Stanford mentions, Archer phones home to Admiral Forrest.
Maybe we should have met them in space. I don't know.
I mean, like,
maybe,
if you've got a flammable atmosphere, that sounds like a pretty solid idea.
But
maybe who's ever running this mining colony better get their fucking shit together and figure out why they're pumping out explosive gas into the atmosphere, and maybe don't do that.
Tetrazine, man. But also, like maybe land away from the colony and just take like a little Atmo plane over, because they said the only thing hot enough to ignite it is plasma exhaust. Like,
right?
Take a little fucking Cessna over. Like, did we ever get a good sense of like why they're even here?
Nope, never.
Okay, cool.
No.
They're just doing the exploration thing, meeting people, murdering 3,600 of them. You know, their normal stuff.
They're just doing, because Captain Doer.
Mm-hmm.
So T'Pol comments to Phlox that Archer has been ignoring his responsibilities as captain.
T'Pol trying to figure out this like Archer's emotional roller coaster here.
Yeah, because Archer is being super mopey. I thought it was weird that he wanted to be the one to contact the homeworld of these people, and it's like, God, maybe it's not super appropriate that you're the one that talks to them, Archer.
Hi, I killed everyone. Bye.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. See you later.
Reed and Trip confirm that they are seeing borocarbons, which I did not know was a word, near the planet's surface.
Man.
Further proof that the plasma's to blame.
Is it a real word?
I don't
know.
Because he's like, borocarbon, and it's like, I saw traces of borocarbons, and Reed's like, I don't care if it showed traces of bread pudding. It's like, what? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
It's a very... Just saying how British he is. That's all that was.
I had bread pudding a couple weeks ago that my grandmother-in-law made. It's pretty good.
He just will not accept any blame for this at all, which is weird because he's been pretty ready to accept blame in the past. But anyway.
Yeah, wait. What? Reed finally got to blow up a bunch of people. Like, he finally got to.
Literally explodes a planet.
He's like, well, it's no fun if I don't do it on purpose.
He definitely is not having the same emotional turmoil that Archer is. He's just upset that people are blaming him.
And Porthos is doing his fucking best. That dog is trying to keep Archer happy, and Archer's like, fuck you, Porthos.
Wagging his tail so hard.
The goodest boy in Starfleet.
Archer pulls Trip and T'Pol into his quarters to let them know that Enterprise's mission has been shelved for at least the next decade or two. And at this point, Archer just goes like full emo.
I mean, like, I get it. Like, they didn't just blow up a planet full of fucking people. So, like, I would probably cancel the mission for at least a little bit too.
Like, I guess, but like,
what did they want them to do? Like, what did we learn?
Don't blow up thousands of people.
That's right. I want all of you to write it down 100 times, but then you can keep going.
Gotta double check the plasma exhaust. Hoshi and Travis join us for this week's obligatory mess hall scene where they're discussing the future of their careers.
And we're eating.
Hoshi's planning on going back to Brazil, and Travis is worried about public perception of Enterprise's mission. Apparently, everybody just thinks that they're just screwing around out in space.
So, that's what they've really been doing. They are, yeah. But, like, my question here is, like, is Starfleet doing nothing else? Because everyone's acting like if this mission gets scrubbed, like, they're out of a job. Like, that's not how the Navy works.
Right.
That is how the Starfleet is working currently, because you hear nothing about any other ships. I'm pretty sure in this entire series.
They said they're building more NX class ships right now, but like
where were they?
Okay, well then how did Forrester become an admiral? Like, what was he doing?
Right. There have to be other ships, because they said this was the first one that could potentially hit warp 5.
They're just chugging around the solar system.
Hit warp 4.
But like everyone's acting like I guess if this mission's over, we're all like, Travis has only been in the service for like what, 18 months or however long their mission's been so far, because he was fresh out of the academy. Motherfucker, you still got like 3.5 years on your goddamn assignment. Like, you got stuff to do.
What is funny, actually, that you point that out, because a little bit of trivia that popped up with this particular episode is that Travis was actually originally supposed to be a lieutenant because of his extensive space, experience.
Oh, on freighters.
But he was changed to an ensign because of the age difference between like him and the other, and like, Malcolm and Trip.
Oh yeah, you can't have capable young officers in the Starfleet.
Nope.
It's because he's black. Like, we all know.
Oh, no.
We all know how 2002 worked.
So T'Pol checks in on Archer again, who's drowning himself in water polo to try and work out of his depression.
Drowning himself is funny.
It turns out Reed found an unidentified EM signal in the hull shortly before the entire atmosphere was lit on fire. But can't really explain it, and Archer's unconvinced that this is helpful in any way, shape, or form.
He's too busy moping.
Yeah. So surprisingly, though, T'Pol's willing to go to bat for Archer.
Yeah, because T'Pol's trying to
go into the Vulcan High Command.
Yeah, because T'Pol's trying to do her actual job. That's what she's here for.
Yeah.
And Archer's like, this is stupid anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Archer. Oh man, he just he broke down in this episode. The whole first half of this was rough.
Yeah, he went straight through petulant to mopey in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but he kept the petulant. So Trip pays a visit to Phlox.
This scene was great.
This scene made me feel so uncomfortable. So Phlox tries to convince Trip to be a little bit more optimistic, and Trip isn't really having any of it. So we just get screaming Trip, which I've realized he's done a couple of times now when I think back on it to this whole season.
But like,
he has a weird way of being angry.
Yeah, but like, this scene is great because it shows that Phlox understands at some level, like, being a counselor, because he's obviously just letting Trip vent, which is what Trip needed. And you could tell because at the end, he's like, I'll see you later, Doc. And Phlox is like, see you later. And they're like, no, clearly, like, there's no, like, strain to their friendship or their working relationship here. Tucker just needed someone to yell at. And Phlox is like, sure, yell at me. Fuck it. Like, I can handle it.
Phlox is a good guy. So at this point, Archer lays down in his bed, tries to invite Porthos up onto the bed. Porthos doesn't jump up, so he looks down and turns the light back on, only to wake up in a high-rise, back on Earth 10 months in the past.
Oh, don't worry, though.
Surprise!
Porthos is still the goodest boy in the past.
Right.
Yep. We get to see some more shirtless Bacula, who makes a call to I think it was Starfleet Medical. He said IME. I don't know what that means.
So hairy.
Interspecies Medical Exchange. It's the organization that Phlox works for.
Yep. Yeah, he went to check in on Phlox and confirmed that he really did travel back in time, which turns out he did.
Of all the ways to check that, why that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Like, he didn't like pull up a calendar. What?
Ask the computer.
Yeah.
What date is it? So naturally, now that we're in full-on time traveler mode again, Daniels shows up in his apartment.
Crewman Daniels!
Damn, Daniels.
Yeah, turns out his murder at the hands of Silic wasn't so permanent, which, I don't know, I'm kind of excited about. I like Daniels' character.
I don't know, he turns into kind of a petulant little bitch at the end, too.
Oh, does he? Oh, boy.
No, in this episode, you watched it.
Oh.
Like, you ruined all of time. Which, I guess that's a big thing, but still.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't do it. He didn't ask to be brought into the future again.
This is the part where like Daniels is explaining that like it's like I brought you back in time so we can have a conversation, and Scott Bakula is acting like this is the most impossible thing to understand. It's like wait, hold on, so time still moves forward, right? But what's going on? Like it is. It's like, dude, this is not that hard.
Yeah, Archer really struggles with the concepts of time travel for a few minutes here.
Archer struggles. Frickin' T'Pol still denies it exists.
She doesn't struggle. She just ignores it entirely. That's different.
She makes a decision.
Yep.
As soon as Daniels is like, more importantly, this isn't, you're not the cause of the accident. Archer's like, oh, thank God. That's all I goddamn care.
Yep. Yeah, it turns out that that whole burning of the atmosphere was an attempt to alter the timeline and crash Enterprise's mission. So he returns back to the future, wink, wink, and explains to Reed how he can find the device used to instigate the burn in the first place. So Enterprise then diverts from their plan to meet up with a Vulcan ship to hand off to T'Pol and Phlox and redirects to the why can't I pronounce this word? Paragon homeworld. Archer then fills Trip in on the conversation he had with Daniels, explains that he needs to find more evidence on Suliban data disks to Hoshi and T'Pol, and then we get Reed unlocking what is that lock that they've got on Daniels' door? Like, is that thing going to explode?
No, it's a boot. It's the quarters boot, so you can like lock the quarters down.
It just looks so intimidating.
Yeah.
So yeah, they unlock Daniel's quarters, and then Archer pulls out the little hologram thing.
Yeah, hold on. Right before we get to going down to the quarters, though, he's like, Trip, I need you to build a such and such. And Trip's like, I don't know how to do that. Yeah. And he's like, just get started. I'll bring you the specs in a few minutes. What does get started mean in that sentence? Like, go wash your hands? What does that
mean? Cue up the program. I don't know.
You just got to warm up the soldering iron.
You got to go warm up the base plate for the 3D printer.
So they get into Daniel's quarters, bring up the fancy little hologram tool that nobody seems to know how to use unless they need to use it at any given moment. And they're looking for data on a Suliban stealth cruiser. They bring up these plans. Archer chides Reed for trying to find other things out about the future because they see some diagrams on some Klingon vessels, and then we switch back over to Trip working on the Enterprise's grapplers. It sounds like they've got some beacons that they've got to build and then slap on the arms for the grapplers because they jut out far enough from the ship for them to work, I guess.
I think it's more that they are they're directional, like they can point them at things.
Oh, okay.
That is what I gathered.
Well, they travel to a moon and then point it at some very specific coordinates that Archer's been given, and they find a stealth cruiser hovering just above the surface. So Reed shoots it and then fires some missiles.
So anyways, Reed starts blasting.
Guys, the missiles did something this time.
They did.
Well, they're torpedoes, because when they're cloaked, they don't have shields, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting. So Trip and T'Pol and Archer all load up on weapons.
Wait. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I lost where we were in our notes. Oh, okay. There's a quote in here that I want to know what the fuck it means. And I think it was while they were looking at the future, like, hologram fucking, I don't know, tricorder thingy. And Reed asks a question, and then Archer answers with this line. Just like those old Bible movies, Malcolm, it was written.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, God. I was hoping one of you could explain it to me.
Nope. Made no sense.
Like, I went to Bible school and I don't know what it means. Like,
Chris, say the word of God.
Word of God.
Oh, it's an inside joke that we really need to fill
The
people in on.
but like while Reed is firing the missiles down from like I guess the tactics room, I don't know where they were. I guess in the torpedo bay or whatever. The tactical guy next to Reed seems very nice. He's just like a mild mannered dude who's like, okay, we got him.
I did not
like
notice.
Clark Kent. So yeah, we've got the terrible trio here loading up on weapons, and then they go to board the disabled cruiser.
There's 20 guys on board. I like the odds.
Yeah, right? They give Trip the world's most powerful flashbang, which...
It's a stun grenade.
I love the scene because they all fall off the ceiling.
There's like 6 of them on the ceiling, and this stun grenade goes off, and they all fall off the ceiling. I was like, oh my god, it's a tactic that counters the ceiling. It's the stun grenade.
So I have written here, Trip throws the world's most powerful flashbang into a hallway, and all the Suliban drop from their tactically superior position up on the ceiling.
They fall like bugs, like
Yeah.
sapped.
Oh god.
To this show's credit, though, like they're like working through the ship was actually surprisingly like exciting. Like I was like, this is fun.
Well,
all right.
It helped that the Suliban went to Stormtrooper shooting school.
Yeah.
Well,
the other thing I noticed was when you watch the action, they were always focused on the 3 like Enterprise crewmen. They did not do a whole lot of shooting of any of the Suliban, which I'm sure was a cost and time saving measure. Where was I? Oh, our way team finds the Suliban data disks in. Was it the bridge that they were on? I don't know where they were.
Yeah, they were on some kind of command center deck thing. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a smash and grab job.
Yep. They make a break back for the shuttle and find that they are completely surrounded. So naturally, Reed starts blasting the ship that they're all aboard.
They call it phaser air support, which was pretty badass, actually.
And they keep falling off the ceiling. It's like
they just gotta shake them off.
It's like 3 or 4 of them on the ceiling with some marching below, and I'm like, is this like a mixed infantry division? Like what?
The recon troops.
Oh man.
They shake some more Suliban off the ceiling and clear an escape path back to the shuttle, only to have the shuttle's docking clamp get locked, which, how did they not see that coming?
I don't know, but Archer's like, fuck dem docking clamps.
Yeah.
hit them engines.
Like,
let's go.
Trip, punch it. And then, like, they just afterburner their way off of the ship.
Was so cool until the CGI showing the accordion tube. Like, it looks so cartoonish.
And then, like, the Suliban, like, fall out and everything. It's amazing.
Yep. So Ahoshi manages to scrub all the data from those disks, and they find evidence that the Suliban, using one of their stealth ball ships, had docked with the shuttle on its way to the surface, and then installed some device that actually caused the tetrazine explosion. So hooray, hooray! They didn't actually kill all of these people directly. Anyway, they're still sort of the reason it happened, but it's not their fault. We then cut to Silic, who's getting a mission from a very shadowy villain.
Well, like, he tells Admiral Forrester, right? Like, Archer tells Admiral Forrester. And
it's just Forrest, by the way.
Forrest. I don't know why you say Forrester. Admiral Forrester.
Because you're super.
And, like, because I'm not a good person. And then, like, the Admiral's like, good, this'll work to clear you. And Archer's like, thank you for believing in us, Admiral. Like, did he though? Like, no. I'm not sure, because he was pretty much like, fucking turn that bitch around and come home. Like, you're done. Time shadow room. The
shadow room.
The guy talking to Silic is clearly a human, by the way. Like, I don't know, like, you can see his penny loafers in the shadow, and I don't think that's like a costuming accident. Like, I think it's supposed to be like it's going to be a big reveal at some point, but I'm like, no, it's obviously some dude with like a fucking receding hairline.
I mean, how could you know though? Like 90% of aliens look like humans in silhouette, so
because he was wearing human clothes. Every alien wears different clothes. Come on, Chris, this is Star Trek 101.
Yeah, you're right.
See any nose ridges. There's no proof. T'Pol and Archer wind up in another debate about time travel. T'Pol still isn't willing to believe.
I don't understand the point of any of these conversations.
I don't either. I think it's just to solidify the fact that nobody thinks that this is actually possible and everybody thinks that Archer's insane. Even though T'Pol says specifically she didn't say that, but she was thinking it. Reed calls Archer back to the bridge to check out an issue with Enterprise's warp field. Turns out there's just dozens of Suliban cloaked ball ships surrounding them at all vectors.
There's a few.
The Suliban then demand that Archer makes his way to a Suliban ship heading for Enterprise's docking bay.
With their gross ass skin, like a close up on that Suliban skin, it is disgusting.
This is, I don't know why this feels racist, but their skin looks like scabs.
They look like a horse apple. Like, it's awful.
Yeah. Oh god, there's something about it that just makes me feel uncomfortable. So yeah, they demand that Archer turns himself in. So he puts T'Pol in command, reminds Trip that he has put T'Pol in command, and then asks Hoshi to take care of Porthos.
Yeah, I mean, somebody needs to take care of the goodest boy.
Someone's got to give the goodest boy his walkies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that T'Pol should have taken care of him.
I think it'd be a terrible choice. Who's going to give him scritches?
I don't know. There is something adorable about thinking about Porthos like meditating with her.
Downward facing dog.
But
he begins to make his way down to the shuttle bay, hops off the turbo lift, and then steps into a post-apocalyptic high-rise hellscape. And neither Enterprise nor the Suliban seem to know where he went. So the Suliban prepare to open fire and start targeting their core.
How can they tell what's getting targeted?
That's what I wanted to know.
I mean, that's not specific to this episode, though. Like, that's in a lot of Star Trek.
But also, they suck. So, like,
I mean, fair point.
Yeah, Archer winds up in a 31st century high-rise, which I'm guessing was Daniel's apartment, judging by the fact that Daniel's was just there. But the entire city that they're in is just completely laid to waste. Like,
didn't they say it was like the time cop headquarters or whatever?
Oh, is that what they said? I don't remember. All I know is Daniel's in that slick-ass future suit.
Yeah. Yeah, they do mention that all of their time traveling equipment was destroyed. So it may have been their headquarters.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of Enterprise Season 1, guys. We made it.
Woo!
Woo! Woo!
So what do y'all think about this episode?
I mean,
I don't know. Like I said, there was like some action-y parts that were kind of exciting. The rest of it was kind of drawl.
I mean, we got to see multiple Suliban just drop from the ceiling hilariously.
But that's not making the show better. God,
no,
I'm trying to
disagree.
I'm trying to decide if it's pulled up from a 2 to a 3.
What's our scale again? Are we just doing 5?
From
1 to 5.
1 to 5, where 0 is threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a 3 for me. I mean it's a totally fine episode. There wasn't anything that was like
I'm supposed to be writing these down.
Bad to me.
I hated the entire first half of this episode, but the second half I think did redeem it because we got to see like Suliban bug zapper grenades. So I'm gonna go with 3.
I think I'm gonna stick with my 2. I was not a fan.
I mean, I could see I could almost bump it down to a 2. Because of just the terrible cliffhanger nature of the episode.
Yeah, my issue is mostly not even the cliffhangery stuff, although that also was the narrative wasn't good. It was just kind of like all over the place without actually being like useful. And then like the Deus Ex Machina, like the whole episode was a Deus Ex Machina, which would be okay, except that like, I don't know, it gave, you know what it is? They spent so much time like trying to ramp up the emotional guilt in those first few, like in that first scene, that first act, And then to have it immediately just like hand waved away when Daniel says two things.
Well, that
and it's like,
I mean, also they didn't effectively convey that either.
No, it's just dramatic music and a bunch of pouty people. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just seemed like the narrative wasn't good. It's like a lot of breath and scenery wasted on things that didn't end up mattering all that much.
It made me giggle. I'm gonna stay at 3.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I was noting in here too. It might be worth like tabulating the total for the season, like the average of the season, so that we can compare one season to another too.
Oh yeah, I can do that. No problem. I have the running average, which is. Got us worrying out. I'll share a like viewable thing to this spreadsheet and people can look at it.
All right, very cool.
Like if we were on a scale of 1 to 10, this would have probably been like a 4 for me. So it's a low 3, I'll call it.
Yeah, it's like a 2.9. All right. Well, that wraps up all of our recaps for season 1. So we're going to take a little break here and come back for this week's deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. So for this week's deep dive, in the spirit of Halloween, I originally thought about looking at some creepy Star Trek episodes, but I didn't feel like I was going to have enough time this week because of some crises that cropped up at work to actually do some proper investigation into it.
So cropping crises.
Yep. So I decided instead to take like a more creature feature vibe and look at some of the creepiest Star Trek aliens.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I took a few from each of the series that I knew about. Most of them I have actually seen, including one of the ones from Voyager. I have 2 from Voyager to talk through.
Are they all like animalistic, or are they like aliens?
They're aliens.
Okay,
Some of them are animalistic.
Okay, so like the Suleiman could even be one.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're not. I actually,
that's fine.
You know what? I just realized I didn't grab any from Enterprise.
You fuck Enterprise, man. This show's terrible.
Snot Monster. That's the creature feature from Enterprise.
Snot Monster.
Snot.
Yep.
I don't know.
Snot. Snot Monster.
Snot Monster.
That's very PG of you, Rep.
Hey man, I gotta counteract all of the F-bombs that Stanford drops. So, starting with the original series, I've got 2. I don't know. I know you guys have seen like snippets of the original series. Have you actually watched any of the episodes from TOS?
I have watched like 3 episodes. It's the pilot, the Gorn episode, and the one where Khan first shows up.
Okay. All right. Well, then you will probably recognize this because the first episode, The Man Trap, has the first one I wanted to talk about. Salt vampires. So, Chris, you've probably seen pictures of this online because like it's just sort of like a TOS meme at this point. It's this thing that's got like these little sucker fingertips.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's talking about, by the way.
Just Google toss salt vampire.
Yeah. Like that is what the fandom has just called this thing.
Oh, that thing.
It uses illusions to lure in its victim. So like in the episode, it turns into Nancy, like a previous flame of Dr. McCoy's, and basically tries to weasel its way into your life, gain your confidence, gain your confidence, and then sucks all of the salt out of its victims.
He has very sad eyes.
Yeah. Oh, and it was actually in an episode of Lower Decks, so you probably saw it there.
Yes, I just saw that.
Yeah. Next up is also from TOS. There's an episode called "And the Children Shall Lead." There's this non-corporeal alien named Gorgon that the kids in the episode creepily refer to as the Friendly Angel.
If something is called the Friendly Angel, it is not. Stay away from it.
It is not either of those things. So he looks like a creepy green ghost in weird clothing. Turns out he's like a non-corporeal being that has been like locked away in this cave. The settlers dug too deep, I guess, at some point, and this guy gets out and he manipulates the children into like using some sort of like telepathic powers or something to like will people into going crazy, essentially. So these kids wind up causing the suicides of everyone else on the planet, all of their friends and family. They're all dead.
Jesus.
And yeah, Kirk winds up on the planet, and these kids circle around him and then start singing Ring Around the Rosies while all of their parents are just laying dead in the background of the shot. It's super creepy.
I would just like to point out that Memory Alpha has the status of the Gorgon as dissolved into oblivion.
Yeah.
That just made me giggle inside a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the end of this episode, Stanford, is really weird because like the kids all sort of like realize all at once that they willed all of these horrible things into happening, and they're all just crying next to Kirk while they all reject Gorgon. Like oh god, it's so messed up. And it just further reinforces in my mind that there's nothing scarier in a horror movie than a child.
Than children. Yeah, children are creepy, especially like children singing children's songs.
Oh god. Yeah, that Ring Around the Rosies thing was so weird. So, TNG. Again, I've got two, well, technically three. One of them came from Nemesis. Good guy. One is the famous episode Skin of Evil with Armis, who also shows up in Lower Decks.
Yep.
Is Armis the thing that kills Yar?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, he murdered Tasha Yar.
The fucking trash bag monster.
Trash bag monster, yes.
Oh god. Yeah, trash bag monster. So he's like this iconic, like creepy, slimy looking thing. Looks like he came out of a tar pit. Vaguely
pool of oil,
yeah. Yeah. There's also that scene that's like a complete meme at this point where he drags Riker into the black tar pit with him.
And his face like comes up, yeah.
Yeah. This thing was it was a creature made of the ill will of the planet's prior inhabitants.
Yeah, trash bags.
Yep. Trash bag monster.
The hefty bag monster.
Yeah. TNG actually had a lot. Really, the original series in TNG probably had the most options for all of this. TOS sort of had like their own kind of creature feature thing going for a while, and TNG continues that pretty far into the show.
They kind of dropped that as a concept later because I think it was like it's too easy to like explain, so it's not like what they're trying to go for like as a vibe.
Yeah. So the other one that stuck out in my mind though, and Chris, are you familiar with the episode of TNG Conspiracy?
Yes. Okay. I was hoping you were going to go there. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
I love. Why did you ask Chris?
Because he loves TNG, and
this
you
is
don't.
true.
Oh, okay. Conspiracy's the one with the fucking they're eating the worms, right?
They're like those little like
scorpion things.
Yeah, they're like mind controlled. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is like the body snatcher vibes episode.
Oh
They've got these like purple bug things that like they climb into your mouth. It looks really creepy.
My dad was so fucking disappointed by this.
The worst one though was like at the end where they like that guy sitting in the chair and they like phaser him and he like fucking explodes and this giant fucking worm thing that comes out. Oh my god.
Yeah, my dad was disappointed because he thought it was such a good like intrigue setup for like a whole seasonal arc, but they just resolved the bitch in like an episode and call it a day.
Well, that's old Star Trek.
Because it's Roddenberry. Yeah, it's the Roddenberry method.
Yeah. Well, no, but specifically like I was checking some of the notes on this episode because of the research I was doing, and apparently Roddenberry they did want to turn this into an arc, but Roddenberry didn't want Starfleet to seem like it was anything but the utopia that he wanted it to be.
Yeah, because we got to resolve all problems now. God damn it. Yeah. Yep. Everyone's happy at the end of the day. Yeah, it's fucking because it got kind of teased a couple of times in the episodes before Conspiracy. But then finally that episode dropped, and then that was it. We never like they solved the problem and we're good to go.
Yep.
but we did get to watch some people. We got to watch Riker pretend to eat a bowl of worms.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one kind of spans a couple of different arcs and eras. So TNG. Oh, you know what? These guys apparently do show up in Enterprise, although we haven't seen this episode yet, as well as Lower Decks. The Remans. So these are like the Nosferatu Romulans that they use as slave labor in their dilithium mines.
Mm.
Oh, the Remans, right? Remus and Romulus. Okay, yeah.
They're the bad guys from Nemesis.
On the moon that's always dark or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tom Hardy, man, he fucking loves being in the dark.
Space vampires. That is what the Remans are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you not? Are you? Okay, go ahead. Never mind.
Oh no, go for it. What's up?
Did you not do the Tholians at all?
I'm trying to pick ones that I remember vividly.
Oh man, the Tholians
with the exception of Voyager.
Tholians are fucked up, man. They're like the crystal creatures, and they have this web thing that just like kills you. Like it just like it's an energy web that just crushes your ship. It was an original series. They mentioned them again in Enterprise. I think they talk about them in Lower Decks a couple times. The Tholians are like throughout. They're mentioned. They're always like mysterious and weird.
The other one from the original series I thought about talking about, there are these weird parasites that like, I swear to God, one of them, they like fly through the air like a frisbee at one point and hit Spock. But they look like fake puke, like the prank puke. And they just decided like, this is our guy for the episode. This is the alien we're going with. And like it almost
our budget's
killed Spock.
Real tight this week.
Yeah, like they were like face huggers, except they could just get you anywhere, and then they would kill you, and it was super painful. But Spock survived because he's a Vulcan.
I mean, from what I understand, that is a legitimate thing that happened in the original series. Like, oh, budget's tight. What sets and props do we have?
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. The only one that I had from Deep Space Nine, there were a couple of good like creepy episodes, but the one that sort of like centered around a specific baddie, and one that like becomes recurring, is The Assignment. This is where you first meet the Pa Wraiths.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that the Pa Wraiths? Yeah,
they're like the evil counterparts to the Prophets.
Right.
All
right.
There's a couple main characters that wind up getting possessed.
No, they're the friendly angel.
Yeah, the friendly angel. Jake and Keiko both wind up possessed by them. So this episode in particular is the one where Keiko gets possessed, and like O'Brien figures out what's going on, but the Wraith like threatens to kill both Keiko and Molly.
Yes, that was fucked up.
Yeah, man.
That was just like tense. Like, I didn't like that episode.
It's peak O'Brien.
I like the one with Rumpelstiltskin.
I for some reason I knew you were going to bring that up. Like that episode is so fucking silly.
It is so silly.
I liked the one, I think it's the doctor. He's like telling stories about like the haunted deck on board.
Well, I don't remember that.
That was also fun. I gotta find that. I think it's called The Haunting of Deck something. It came up while I was looking through all of these. I've got two from Voyager, so Stanford, you can.
Oh, I'm ready.
Be super excited about this. So one is the Vidians.
Okay, I was gonna say it had to be with that. It had to be them for one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the guys that are suffering from the phage. It's like that disease that eats the skin and internal organs.
Oh man, they are gross. Like, you think the Suliban are gross. These people are worse. Oh, they're so gross. And they are creeptastic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't again, I fell off of Voyager after like the first couple episodes.
All right, what do you want to know? Is this where you're going to ask me about how the Neelix's holographic lungs work?
No. I was just very concerned when I was reading up on these guys, and apparently there's an episode called Faces where a Vidian surgeon falls in love with Torres.
Yeah, that one's fucked up too.
grafts Lieutenant Durst's face onto himself.
Yeah, it's fucking weird too. It's so bad. Also,
screenshots.
That's the episode. That's the episode where Torres gets split into two people. One is human and one is Klingon.
Yeah.
And then, he's like, "Do you like my face?" And he's like, "Did you see a picture of him with his face on?"
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it is
messed
so
up.
fucked up. Oh, yeah. God, that whole episode's creepy.
Oh, God. The other Voyager episode is called Scientific Method. There is an alien species called the Sravani that perform medical experiments on other sentient species to advance their own medical knowledge. And I was reading through some of the descriptions of this episode. So, basically, the whole crew just feels like they're not getting any sleep.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And it's because these things are
yes.
Yeah, these things are all over the ship, but they can't be seen. And they're just performing medical exams and basically torturing the entire crew.
Yeah,
they're
that
off
episode,
a dimension, and there's devices
phased or whatever,
poking them with needles and stuff.
That episode affected me so strongly when I first saw it, as a child, that I had a memory of I remember I could name 8 things I remember from Voyager, and that lady poking pins into Janeway's head when she's like, "I keep having a splitting headache," was oh my God, this is fucked up. Yeah, because 7 of 9 gets to see them with her implant, and she has to pretend she can't. Oh God, it's such a weird episode.
So on Reddit, that was the scene that everybody kept talking about. There's a scene where 7 of 9's in a turbo lift and has to pretend not to see them while they poke and prod her. And that just feels, oh God, it made me feel so uncomfortable. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, my skin is crawling right now.
Oh geez.
So new gen, I've got one from Discovery. The episode of Context is for Kings is the episode where we first meet the tardigrade, where it's just running rampage across the entire. It wasn't Discovery. What ship was it on? I had it in my notes and it's gone apparently. It was Discovery's sister ship, and they wind up going and trying to figure out what's going on board, and the whole scene immediately turns into a horror movie as you're wandering through the hallways with Burnham, and this thing is just getting ready to pick people off in the dark.
Right.
It's really weird seeing it in that context when a couple episodes later it's the pet on Discovery.
Pet's a strong word.
And then for Strange New Worlds, I've got Memento Mori from season 1. That's where we first get to witness the horrors of the Gorn.
Oh, the new Gorn, where they're not just big rubber monsters, but actually scary.
Yeah. They go into La'an's childhood about the breeding colonies, and the Gorn are now just very reminiscent of xenomorphs from the Aliens franchise. They're definitely terrifying.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my highlights. Did you guys have any that you'd like to throw into the pile here?
So the one, when you first said, I'm going to, talk about spoopy episodes, the first one that popped into my brain, the single Star Trek episode that, made me, physically feel uncomfortable in, sick almost. There's an episode of TNG, I do not remember the name of it, but, Riker is being gaslit into thinking he's crazy. Even though he's also taking part in this play, and it's just done in this weirdly psychological way, and it fucked me up. I still have just visceral reactions when I think about that episode.
Interesting.
There are a lot of situations in TNG that I remember that made me feel that way.
Yeah, that episode is intense.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any you hit most of my TNG ones for sure, and the Vidians from Voyager were the other ones that immediately came to mind for me.
Oh, you didn't do the macrophages though.
Yeah. But no, I think you hit on. I think you hit the highlights.
All right, very good. We're gonna catch another break here then, and we'll be back for some potpourri.
If this was a Klingon version of this podcast, we'd talk about the tribbles.
Yeah.
All right, nicely done.
You know what? Lower Decks Badgie
Moopsie.
or whatever his name is,
Moopsie. How did we not talk about Moopsie?
Moopsie was too cute to be truly
He'll
scary.
drink your bones, Chris.
No, but the Badgie, what I can't remember, was it just called Badgie, like the sentient like Star Trek badge?
Oh yes. From
the holodeck. Yeah, he freaked me out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is yeah. Ooh. All right, we're gonna take an actual break now.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time for a potpourri, and I thought a good way to wrap up our season of Season 1 of Enterprise would be for a little Season 1 Enterprise trivia.
See, Rob can't hide behind the I've never seen any of these crutch.
So, the way I've laid it out, basically I have one question from each episode. I've got two from like the two-parter of the first episode, but what was that?
Okay. Oh, I was just saying, oh boy.
Yeah, I said oof, yeah.
So, yep. Some were more easy to come up with good trivia questions than others. Some are easier than others. I did want to go ahead and start with one you should all know, which is question 1. How we're going to handle this, by the way, I want you to both... I'm going to ask the question. I want you to both silently write down your answer, and then when you both have your answer, let me know, and then we'll have you present your answer. Sound good?
Jesus, I didn't realize I was going to get fucking homework. Oh my god! All right, I got a notepad open. I'm ready.
I didn't want you to one say something and then like the other with that answer.
That is, yeah. I guess because we both are like at least semi knowledgeable of this shit, that does make sense.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So question 1. What did Archer's dad call the Vulcan ambassador in the opening scene of Broken Bow? Just each of you let me know when you have your answer.
Oh, God, I don't remember, but I'm guessing it was something racist.
Was it Archer's dad who said it?
It was, yeah.
Oh.
I'm ready.
I said pointy ears. Is that not right?
Oh, that's what I said too.
You were close.
Damn
it is Ambassador Pointy.
Oh, man.
All right. Question 2. What did Hoshi think Klang said when she was initially trying to translate his Klingon in the medbay?
Oh, shit.
All right, I got it.
Fuck. I'm going to have to go blank on it. I don't remember.
Rob?
Clang, clang, clang.
No! Oh, man. I thought Rob actually had it. I remember writing it down and it being very silly.
You are correct. It was silly. It was Stinky Boots.
That's right. Goddamn.
Stinky boots.
Why does the word stinky keep coming up in this show?
All right, question 3. What is the substance that is being harvested by the aliens in Fight or Flight?
Oh. I got this one.
Okay, I have an answer.
This is how my brain works.
Rob,
this
go
is
ahead.
how my brain works.
Tetrazine.
It is not tetrazine. Sanford?
Triglobulin.
Boom, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, man, you just got to have a brain that remembers stupid shit.
All right, question 4.
It was like similar to human biology.
Exactly,
right.
yeah. Yep. What does M-class stand for according to the 4th episode?
Got that one too. All right, I'm getting a little roll here going.
I honestly have no idea. I'm leaving
Rob,
this one
you
blank.
watched all of them, right?
Yeah, I did. I sure did. We talked about it and everything.
All right, Stanford, what's your answer?
Minshara.
That is correct. All right, question 5. What is Trip's favorite food? Revealed during the sex crystal scene.
It's not pineapples.
It's not pineapple.
God, is it?
All right, I'm going to put an answer down, but I don't think it's right.
I'm putting an answer down that I don't think is right either, but it's what I have in my head.
All right, Stanford, what is it?
Steak and a baked potato?
It is not. Rob, what's your answer?
Salisbury steak.
Nope, it is catfish.
Cat? Oh, that's right. Salisbury steak. No one's favorite food is Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak is bullshit.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I make it. It's fine because it tastes like gravy because that's all you're putting on it.
So, Rob, just want to let you know, it is okay to actually get a question right. I'm just putting it out there.
Listen to you.
All right. Next question. How long had it been since Earth had heard from Terra Nova?
Question.
I think this is right. Yeah, I think it's right.
Go ahead, Rob.
What's Terra Nova? No.
Do you really need me to tell you what Terranova was?
No.
It won't matter.
I'm putting an answer down. It's fine.
Rob's
All
like,
right.
what show were we watching?
Rob, what's your answer?
7 years.
7?
Wrong, but also partly correct, Stanford.
It's 70?
70 years is correct.
Oh, God.
All right. All right, Rob, I swear to God, if you don't get this, Jesus Christ. What is the name of the planet where we first meet the Andorians in the Andorian Instant?
Oh, I know this one.
He's not going to get... Oh,
No, I got this one.
Vulcan Monastery Planet doesn't count.
Rob, what is it?
Pijem.
That is correct. Is that what you had to, Stanford?
Yippers.
All right. Wow, that's the
Dude,
first one you both
do we have
got.
to spell it right with the fucking apostrophe?
You don't have to, no. All right. Next question. What recreational activity do Travis and Malcolm take part in on the Comet in Breaking the Ice?
Okay.
I'm good as well.
All right. Stanford, what's your answer?
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah. Rob, is that what you had?
Yep.
Is it really what you had?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did sound very like, yeah.
All right. In the episode Civilization, what type of shop was the antimatter reactor behind / under?
Oh, man, I know this one, too, because of how my brain works.
Oh, God.
I was so impressed at his use of this word.
Oh, God. I have an answer, but it's not right. It's not weird enough.
Go ahead, Rob.
Antiquities?
Oh, you're very close. You're very close.
Surprisingly close. It is curio.
It is a curio.
That's it. I knew it was like, it was some fancy word like menagerie or some shit.
All right. Next question. What was the crew of the freighter doing in the opening scene of episode Fortunate Son?
Oh, God. I don't know.
I got it.
Rob,
Ping
what was
pong.
your answer?
Ping pong. I don't know.
Ping pong is incorrect. Stanford?
Weirdly, not as far off as you might think, though. Tossing a football in low gravity.
That is 100% correct. All right. Rob, you're very bad at this. I'm sorry.
I'm so bad at this. I remember the broad strokes. I don't remember the specifics like this.
Rob, you're not on my Trivial Pursuit team.
All right, next question. What astronomical phenomenon does the Enterprise divert to study in Cold Front?
Oh, God.
Is the general category what you're looking for, or do I need like a type or class? Because I don't remember.
No, general is fine.
Now I'm lost. No. This is right.
I think this is right.
All right, Stanford, you wanna present your answer?
It is a nebula, right?
Not quite.
I said pulsar?
It's a stellar nursery.
Oh, that's what man. Is it a stellar nursery? Like another word for nebula?
I mean,
It's fine. I got plenty of points. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna win this one.
all right.
I was gonna say a nebula, but then I was like, no, maybe it was like the pulsar. But no, they didn't know about the pulsar till they got there because those people told them about it.
All right, Rob, this is an easy one. What was Malcolm Reed's favorite food, revealed in Silent Enemy?
I feel like I already gave this one away.
What? I don't even. What?
What is it, Rob?
Pineapple.
Yep.
Pineapple.
All right. In Dear Doctor, who is Phlox flirting with? I've heard nothing from either of you so
I'm
far.
good. Yeah, sorry.
I don't remember her name.
Well, it is a female, so you got that much. A female. That sounded wrong.
No. It's
person.
a female, you fucking Ferengi ass.
You're who, man?
I got my Ferengi going there. Stanford, what's the answer?
It's Crewman Cutler.
That is correct.
That's it. Yeah.
She showed back up. I was so excited.
Uh-huh. She's kind
she
of
showed
been
up a
like an
couple of
extra in several episodes.
Yeah.
It's not extra, maybe not extra, like tertiary character.
She's in the back, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question. In Sleeping Dogs, what class of Klingon ship is the crew temporarily stranded on?
Oh. English word is okay?
Yes.
Because they said what the Klingon name of it was. Too,
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I actually, my answer is the English version of it, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Was that Rob? You had your answer, or are you saying okay?
Yeah. No, I'm good. Yeah.
Rob, what's your answer?
Battle cruiser?
Nope. Stanford?
Raptor?
Yes, it was a Raptor
yes.
class scout ship.
Scout ship. Yeah. I remember the scout ship.
Scout ship. Oh, the
Which
battle cruisers show up at the end.
Yes.
I find the word raptor there odd because like bird of prey is already a type of Klingon ship, and those two words are the same. So I'm curious, like, what the Klingon disambiguation there is, and how English people were like, I mean, that's a bird of prey and that's a raptor, I guess. Like, we'll just because they got the same word.
All right. What was the name of the Vulcan captain in Shadows of Pajem?
Fuck you.
Yeah, this is one of the harder ones.
All right, I have an answer.
I have an answer as well.
All right, Rob.
Captain Pointy.
That's what I said.
It was Sopek.
Yeah. So okay.
All right, next question. What phenomenon caused damage to the Enterprise in Shuttle Pod 1?
It's a myth.
It is a myth, apparently.
Okay.
According to Vulcans. Stanford, you want to answer?
Micro singularity.
That is correct. Rob, is that what you had?
Yes. Oh my God, I got one.
All right.
I guess two.
question.
This is two.
Man, this list, if you just saw this list in a vacuum, like it is weird. Pointy
Especially
ears,
snowmen.
Trigobulin, Minshara, steak and baked potatoes, 70 years, Pajem, building a snowman, Curia. It looks like a bad language exam.
All right. Where did T'Pol go in her dream sequence in Fusion?
The least accessible place in the future, apparently.
Ooh.
Wow, I am embarrassed that I don't know how to spell that city name.
Rob, are you good?
Yeah.
What was your answer?
You're looking for a city, right?
That is part of the answer.
You want the whole thing? Oh, okay.
I put, like, can I say it or should I wait for Stanford?
I'm good. Go ahead.
Like a jazz club or restaurant in San Francisco?
That is correct, yes.
I just added jazz club in
Yeah.
to the front.
Yeah. All right. Next question. How many badges did Captain Archer obtain in Boy Scouts or in Eagle Scouts as an Eagle Scout in Rogue Planet? He mentions it in Rogue Planet.
I'm good.
I'm also good.
Stanford, would you like to venture a guess?
20?
You're close. Rob?
I
Oh,
said
man.
18.
Nope. 26.
26. I know Reed had two more. I thought it was 20 and 22.
Yep. All right. What major character from another Star Trek series did the actor of one of the Ferengi play from Acquisition?
Wow, there's several right answers to this in there.
Wait.
Well, just not on this one episode.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you. Okay. I was thinking something else.
So I'll repeat the question just so it's clear. What major character from another Star Trek series did that person's character's actor, play one of the Ferengi?
Clear as mud.
It's a weirdly worded question. I don't know of a clearer way to add.
One of the Ferengi in this episode is played by an actor
Yes.
who plays a major character in another Star Trek episode. What is the name of that character?
What is the name of that character? Yes, that is much more clear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know.
It's Neelix.
It's Neelix.
I feel like
right.
I was cheating.
To be fair, yeah, like Ethan Phillips. I think that's that actor's name.
So in the very next episode, the character Ezrel was played by an actor who also played a major character in another Star Trek series. What was that character's name?
Oh, this one I know.
You good, Stanford?
No, fuck you. Because I gotta remember who Ezreal was.
This is the episode.
No.
I got it. Oh, okay, got it. That actually. I got it.
Do you want to say it?
There might be several O's involved.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Odo.
Yes.
Odo. Yeah,
I
okay.
assume you both had that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to remember who the fuck Ezreal was.
Yeah. I was going to tell you what episode it was because I realized in that question I didn't have the name of the episode in it.
Oasis, right? If
Yeah.
you had said Oasis, I'd have immediately gotten it. Yeah.
Yeah. How long are Archer and Travis told they need to wait to see a magistrate and detained? Initially.
Okay.
I got it.
Rob, go ahead.
I don't know why I remember this, but 3 days.
3 days is correct.
That's what I got.
All right. In Vox Sola, what does Trip try to cheer Archer up with?
What does Trip try to cheer Archer up with?
Okay.
Wait, was he... I mean, oh, okay. Well, it's got to be this, right? Oh, it is. Yes. How specific do you want to get?
It doesn't have to be super specific.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. Because I
remember one of the teams for obvious
Okay, I was going to say bonus points if you remember the teams.
Hold on, it's got to be...
That's the team I remember too.
Wait, no, what was the other team?
Was it like Texas A&M?
Was it Texas? I want to say Texas. Yeah,
Texas was one of them, yeah.
Yes, it was Texas and Stanford then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Water polo, yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. Because I was like, probably Texas because of Trip.
Yep. Wow, you both got the last 3 questions right.
Oh, snap. I'm going to make a comeback.
It's a rally.
Yeah. All right. In Fallen Heroes, what was the name of the Vulcan ambassador that was trying to escape the Mazarites?
Oh.
I don't think it was...
All right.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to take a guess. Okay.
All right, Stanford, you buzzed in first, so to speak. What was your answer?
It'd be former Ambassador Pointy.
Not quite, no. Rob?
All right, I did this episode, so I remember saying the name over and over again, and this doesn't feel right, but I think that it is Valor.
Oh, God, you're so close. It's Valar.
Oh, let him have it. Come on. That's close. That's like, Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
I will give it to you. All right.
Yes.
All right. I guess the first one you've gotten that Stanford hasn't. All right. What unappetizing dish were Archer and Trip served in Desert Crossing?
Oh, I don't. Did they ever mention the animal?
They did.
Do you need the animal? Because
I
if
don't
so,
need the
I'm not
animal.
gonna get this.
That's actually not the name of it. It has nothing to do with the name of the dish.
I don't remember the name of the dish.
Okay.
Stanford, are you good?
Yeah.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
Testicles.
Testicles.
The dish was called blood soup, but it did have testes in it. No points.
Ah.
All right. What book was Archer gifted by T'Pol upon his arrival on Risa in 2 Days and 2 Nights?
Oh, for fuck's sake with the names.
Okay.
Come on, it was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, but I don't remember that fucker's name.
I remember the name. I don't remember the words in front of it. But okay.
Oh, man. But by our powers combined. Here, I'll just give mine first, Rob, and then you just give the name, all right?
Sure.
It's the teachings of...
Sirach.
By your powers combined, you are correct. I'll give you
you're back on my Trivial Pursuit team.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Last question. What was the levels of tetrazine in the atmosphere of the colony in Shockwave Part 1?
You want like the parts per billion?
Parts per million, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rob?
So this is the one that was measured, right? 3 parts per million?
That is correct.
That's what I put. Oh, yes.
All right.
I was like, I knew it was low.
Let's see. That's a lot of no's for you, Rob. Okay, hold on.
Listen, man, you don't have to announce it to the world.
Don't worry, we don't have a lot of listeners, Rob. It's fine.
It's real funny when like you're going down the list. You can see when like my working memory kicks in.
Yeah.
All right,
you
Rob.
can also tell that I have listened to all of these like 3 times because I record them, then I edit them, and then I also listen to them when they come out on the feed.
All right, total of 27 questions.
You don't have to read mine.
Out of a total of 27, Rob, you got 11.
Woo!
I only showed 26 questions.
Did I miscount? I may have miscounted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is
That's really funny,
fantastic
yeah.
audio content.
I only wound up to 25.
I actually wrote numbers down, and there's one I left blank, but I wrote the number down for him. I only counted up to 26. Did you miss the question?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe I just missed.
There are 26 episodes in the season.
You know what I did?
No,
there was in my grid on my document, like one question was split on 2 pages, so I counted it twice.
Got it.
No, it's fine. We've just both been penalized for even participating.
Rob, you got 11 of 26. Stanford, you got 18 of 26.
Rob, you almost got to half.
Whoa.
All right. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Great.
Rob, maybe you didn't, but...
No, I did. That was fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will about wrap it up for our show. It has been a fun first season. Thank you all for listening, whoever you are. And we hope to continue with the next season next week. Any final thoughts?
Next week. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good times.
All right.
Me as well.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.